Hi everyone, my name is Shauna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you another book haul. It has been a minute since my last one. I'll make sure to leave it linked up above. But yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. I have a mix of kind of like, regular kind of traditional bookstore purchases, as well as some thrifted books, a gifted book. But yeah, I got actually a lot of good deals on these, so I'm really happy and I'm excited to take them into the fall season. It is currently pouring rain where I am today, so it's very cozy, and I'm actually reading one of the books that I recently bought. So yeah, we'll just jump right into it. So the first book I have is Sunny Ways by Ryan Fitzpatrick. This is a collection of poetry. I got this as a gift from a friend of mine at work, which I really love. I've already read this collection. It's very petite. And this author is originally from like Calgary, Vancouver in Canada, and I think he currently lives in Toronto. So it's a really interesting little collection, actually. I think there's only kind of like 2 technical poems in this, but one of them is really long. And yeah, it's just a real good kind of examination of like Canadian politics and capitalism and all sorts of big, heavy kind of topics in really a concise fashion. I read it and I want to reread it already. It was really fascinating. And I find poetry to be a little bit of like learning a different language almost. So yeah, definitely a collection I'd like to revisit and see if I can dig a little deeper into. The next book I have is the one that I am currently reading, which is In Order to Live, A North Korean Girl's Journey to Freedom by Yumi Park. This is a memoir from this young woman who escaped from North Korea when she was a young child with her mother, her sister, and her father. And they escaped to China and then further moved on to South Korea. And now I think she lives in the US. I think she goes to Columbia University in New York. And yeah, I just started this. I'm only about 35 pages in, but so far it's phenomenal, and it's a really interesting memoir about this young girl's life. And that one I picked up while thrifting. The next book I have is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is a book that I bought at like full price just at a bookshop, and it is one that I've always had on my radar. I've read Becky Chambers' other book series. I'm gonna put it here, The Psalm for the Wild Built. I think that's the name of the first one. I read that duology and I really liked it, or it might be more now, I guess. It could be a trilogy. But this is one of her kind of like longer books, like her novels instead of her novellas, and it's one that I've always wanted to pick up, as it is the winner of the Hugo Award for Best Series, so it's pretty lauded. And it says, when Rosemary Harper joins the crew of the Wayfarer, she isn't expecting much. The Wayfarer is a patched up ship that's seen better days, but it offers her everything that she could possibly want: a small, quiet spot to call home for a while, adventure in far-off corners of the galaxy, and distance from her troubled past. But she's getting more than she bargained for with this ship, which is the crew, which is a mismatch of species and personalities. So they're going on an adventure, and life on board is a bit chaotic, but we're going to see how Rosemary deals with it. Yeah, I've heard it's by The Guardian. It says a quietly profound, humane tour de France. So it's very beloved, and I'm excited to pick it up. The next book I have, I'm not going to go too much into, because it is actually the 3rd book in a series, and I'm only on the 2nd one right now. And this is Children of Memory by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is the 3rd and final book in this trilogy. I know he has other series, and I don't know if they're part of the same like world. But yeah, this is book 3, so I'm trying not even to look on the back of this, because I really don't want to spoil myself. But my partner was reading this series, so we picked up the 3rd and final one to add to our collection. So what is this about? It is sci-fi, it is space, it is interspecies communication, it is all sorts of fun things. And I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm looking forward to picking up the rest of the series. The next book I found at a local thrift store, which is Sula by Toni Morrison, which of course Toni Morrison is one of the most lauded authors of all time. And I don't know if I've read a book by her. I've maybe read one book by her, like a little short novella. But this one says, this is a rich and moving novel that traces the lives of 2 Black heroines from their close-knit childhood in small Ohio town through their sharply divergent paths of womanhood to their ultimate confrontation and reconciliation. I picked this book up, A, because it was at thrift store, it was very, very cheap, but B, because this is the first Toni Morrison book for me that I feel like is going to be a really good introduction to like her writing style, because it focuses on these two characters, and I find books that are more like character study focused really show off the like depth for me for authors and the depth of the emotions that they can kind of draw out from the reader. So I found this one, and I thought this would be a good place to start. If anyone has any further recommendations on Toni Morrison, I would love to hear them. The next book I found at the exact same thrift store, which is A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan. Sorry about the lighting. It's very, very bright, and I didn't realize how shiny the cover was. This one says, Benny is an aging former punk rocker and record executive. Sasha is the passionate, troubled young woman he employs. Here, Jennifer Egan brilliantly reveals their past, along with the inner lives of a host of other characters whose pasts intersect with theirs. With music pulsing on every page, A Visit from the Goon Squad is a startling, exhilarating novel of self-destruction and redemption. This also would be a first book of Jenny Egan's of mine, but I know that she is so beloved and has other books, so I'm really excited to give this a try, and this is the winner of the Pulitzer Prize. So I found it for a really good deal. It was only like $2, so excited. And the last one is, this won't be too long of a haul because the next kind of collection is all in one. So I'll show off the first one, and then I might just kind of speed through the rest, if you can get what I mean. I have Blue Flags by Kyoto, or Kaito maybe? Kaito. So Blue Flag is about love in high school, which is already hard enough as it is an unnavigable maze. And we have 3 students, these characters here, who end up kind of in like a love triangle, I believe. I'm kind of going into this a little bit blind. I've heard really good things. I've heard people say that they absolutely adore this series and loved it and binged it, and I kind of want to go into it a little bit unknown. So I have the first one, and get ready because I went thrifting, and fun fact, these books where I live cost about $18 Canadian, and I got the entire 8-volume collection for $75, which means that I got each one of them for less than $10, which is like almost half price. So I paid $75 for what you're about to see, but I think it's well worth it because of how beloved this series is, and because I have a lot of fantasy and really, really heavy nonfiction books on my shelf. So it's always nice to be able to take a break and read a manga to break up my reading. So Volume 1. Volume 2. I'll try to get a little closer so you can see the covers because they're really, really pretty. Volume 3. Volume 4, currently my favorite cover. I think that's so pretty. Volume number 5. Volume number 6, also really pretty cover. Love the dark blues. Number 7. This is me, honestly, today. I've always dreamed of having a clear umbrella. Fun fact, that's my like dream. And last but not least is volume number 8, which is the final one in the series. And it's really, really pretty because it has these beautiful cherry blossom trees. So, yes, I did get the entire collection. Sorry, I have 2 stacks, 2 the wrong way. But I did get the entire manga collection because I don't have any self-control. But yeah, no, that is my book haul. Those are all the books that I've recently picked up, and I won't lie, this is being filmed in September and my birthday is next month. It's in October. I happen to be born on Thanksgiving Day, which means that my mom calls me her little butterball turkey. So October is also gonna be a little bit of book buying month. I really shouldn't. I do have quite a few books on my shelf to read, but you know, the odd like, oh, it's my birthday, like maybe I'll ask for one book for my birthday present, or a couple, like, anyway, so we'll see what happens in October, but you might see me again very soon with another book haul. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I hope you're enjoying what you're reading. So take care. Bye.